Now that we have the Forest Medallion, let's head back to the Temple of Time to speak with Sheik. He acknowledges our deeds in the previous temple, but tells us that we must travel over mountains, underwater, and even through time. He tells us that we can return to the past if we insert the Master Sword back into the Pedestal of Time. Sheik then teaches Link a new song to travel quickly back to the Temple of Time, the Prelude of Light, a beautiful melody to ensure hope for the future. He says that as long as Link possesses the Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword, that he possesses time itself. Just like that, Sheik vanishes in a blinding light.
Aziz, light!
There's something we must do while in the past, so we gotta get back in time.
Gotta get back in time.
We want to go to Lake Hylia because there is a place where you can make a useful custom song. Speak to Bonoru, the Scarecrow musical genius. He'll state that he never forgets a song once he hears it. Play any 8-note melody. For mine, I play a song that appears in the game Majora's Mask. Back to the future, let's head up Death Mountain to enter Goron City. While here, we find that there's a singular Goron rolling around the city. You can stop his rolling by using bombs, or in my case, a bomb flower. He accuses Link of being one of Ganondorf's servants before he reveals that his name is also Link. Link the Goron. The two of them both realize their names are Link. The Goron comments on how Link the Hylian is the legendary Dodongo Buster and hero. He further states that Darunia is his father, and that he was named after Link the Hylian because of his deeds in Dodongo's cavern. He is apparently a celebrity among the Gorons because he asks Link the Hylian for his autograph. Link the Goron mentions that his father Darunia went to slay a dragon that intends to eat the Gorons. Immediately after saying this, he begins to cry. Coffee time!
Coffee time!
Man, that's some good coffee. Anyway, where was I? Oh right, Link the Hylian has to think of something to say to calm Link of the Gorons. Asking about the dragon, we find its name to be Volvakia, an ancient creature that used to eat the Goron people. Link the Goron mentions that his father is a descendant of the hero that originally defeated the dragon. Asking about what happened to the other Gorons, Link of the Gorons tells us that they were taken away by Ganondorf's followers into the Fire Temple to be used as a warning to those who would oppose Ganondorf. Link the Goron says that Darunia went into the Fire Temple to freeze people from the tyranny of the dragon. He then gifts Link the Hylian with a Goron tunic. Speaking to Link the Goron after the doors have opened, he tells Link the Hylian that he is the only one who can save everyone. He then states that the secret passage to the Fire Temple can be accessed by pulling the statue in Darunia's room. That is the statue Link of the Gorons mentioned. Let's put on the Goron tunic so that we aren't incinerated by the scorching heat of Death Mountain Crater. There we go. Now we are set. The next thing we want to do is hookshot across the broken bridge. Greeted by Sheik once again, he provides a quote that describes friendship as a feeling in the heart that becomes even stronger over time, further solidifying that the passion of friendship will blossom into a righteous power. Sheik then teaches a new warp song called the Bolero of Fire, a melody that, as he puts it, is dedicated to the power of the heart. When Sheik ends his performance, he vanishes behind a wall of flames that appears right in front of Link. Alright, time to head into the Fire Temple. Listen to the introduction for a moment. Pretty epic, wouldn't you say? Or is it just my opinion? The first thing we want to do while here is go into this room. Here we are greeted by Darunia, who was just about to enter the boss room before Link entered the chamber. Darunia comments on how much Link grew and how he would like to have a man-to-man talk with him, but knows that is not the time. He states to Link what his son already told us about Volvagia and how Ganondorf is feeding the Gorons to it. Then he tells us that Hyrule will become a burning wasteland if the dragon escapes Death Mountain. He's concerned that because he doesn't have the Megaton Hammer that he won't be able to beat Volvagia, but says that he has no other option. He asks Link to retrieve the hammer and free the imprisoned Gorons before he goes in to fight the dragon. This dungeon compilation will be slightly different because we will go over some of the things the Gorons say as we rescue them from their cells. Speaking to them before opening the cell reveals the same dialogue. Nobody wants to be eaten. Goron 1 of 9 tells us to get to the boss room, we need to lower the pillar that's in the middle of the room. What he doesn't say is that we need to use the Megaton Hammer for it. Goron 2 of 9 states that walls that can be blown up sound different from regular walls when you hit it with a sword. Here's a demonstration. Goron 3 of 9 states that there are switches in the temple that can be activated with both a sword and bombs. They are basically kinetic switches. Goron 4 of 9 mentions that there are trapdoors that fall on Link when he tries to open them. These traps can be blown up, as he states. Goron 5 of 9 will state that when Link is on fire, he can put it out by swinging his sword or rolling forward. Over this broken structure, Navi mentions that she can hear Goron voices below. Blowing it up reveals a secret passage. Goron 6 of 9 makes mention to the mini-boss of the dungeon, stating that arrows won't work on them. He suggests using bombs, but the hookshot is more useful in my opinion. I tried to show Goron 7 of 9, but I made a rookie mistake and jumped at a bad angle.
You must comply.
I also tried to show a place where the Scarecrow song would be used, but remembered too late that I forgot to talk to Bolnoru in the future. Now we enter one of 2 chambers that harbor the mini-bosses of the dungeon. When it starts spinning, use the hookshot to pull the tiny dancer closer to you. It should be easy when it's on foot because we can hit it with a sword. In this part of the dungeon, we will finally be able to obtain the Megaton Hammer. This is mainly used on platforms that fall down, statues that can be shrunk, and rusted switches that can't be pressed down. Goron 8 of 9 makes mention to there being a hidden door behind a statue at the entrance to the temple. He implies that we need something stronger than the Goron special crop. We already know this because of the statue we removed. Goron 9 of 9 is concerned for Darunia and asks us to rescue him. And I don't believe I've shown this in the previous episode, but inside these special chests are boss keys. Now that the dungeon is complete, time to face the ancient dragon Volvagia himself. On the center platform we find 9 identical lava pits, and out of the center one arises Subterranean lava dragon Volvagia. This boss will be tough for newcomers, just remember to have both the Megaton Hammer and the arrows on the C buttons. When Volvagia comes out of one of the lava pits, use the Megaton Hammer to smash the newly solidified rock off of his face. At this point you can either use the hammer again or strike it with your sword. If you take too long in using the hammer, Volvagia will deal 2 hearts of damage in a single motion. When Volvagia flies around, you can knock it down early with arrows. With one final swing from the hammer, Volvagia is defeated. Now, in the original Ocarina of Time manga, the reason why this boss defeated scene is so compelling is because Link purchased Volvagia when he was a kid from Hyrule Market Town. He kinda got to raise the dragon until Ganondorf took it back as his tool for eating Gorons. Hence why we only see his head fall down before turning it into a heart container. After Link mourns the loss of his dragon friend, he enters the warp point. We are given a brief cutscene as to what happens when Death Mountain erupts, and we are transported back to the Chamber of the Sages back in the Temple of Light. Darunia thanks Link for basically saving the entire Goron race. Darunia comments on how he acknowledges his destiny on becoming the Sage of Fire. It makes him happy to know that he helped Link to seal away the evil, afterward giving Link the Fire Medallion, imbued with fire spirits and his friendship. Before Link departs, Darunia states that the two of them are now true brothers. Before we tell the Gorons the good news, walk over here and Navi's dialogue will consist of an ellipses followed by 3 question marks. I've always interpreted this as her saying, use the newly obtained Megaton Hammer on the rocks and we will find ourselves in the Great Fairy of Wisdom's fountain. This Great Fairy will give Link an enhanced magic meter, doubled from before. Speaking to various Gorons, they will thank Link for saving them. Speaking with Link the Goron, he immediately recognizes that Link and Darunia destroyed Volvakia, further emphasizing that he wants to be just like him when he grows up. Thank you for your patience. This week I contracted COVID, so try not to be surprised if this comes out late. If you enjoy this content, leave a like, comment, or subscribe for more in the future. Until the next episode, I hope to see you all on a paradise planet.